Hi everyone, this is Dan, and welcome to the Google Sheets scoring system explanation video for LTYC. So this system is made up of 3 parts, and each part is represented by a different Google Sheet. So if we go to the top here, we're going to see 3 different sheets. The first one that we're on here, the one all the way to the right, is the LTYC Club Racing public sheet. This is the public information that we would want to display on our website, and we can display this in any way we want. So if we look down below here, this is just one visual option for what this could look like. So here we have our J70s listed with all the race results for the 2018 Tuesday Night Summer Series, doing our throwouts and our scores and everything. Again, this page can be made to look however we want. Whatever displays the best and represents what the sailors want to see in a clean and efficient way. It can be simple, it can be fancy, we can do whatever we want. This particular document was entered manually. Good old-fashioned scoring, doing all the math by hand, punching it all in. But what is really cool about this system is that we can automate a lot of the scoring. So if we follow down to the bottom of the screen, we see that there's a second tab on this document that says Tuesday Night Summer Series Auto. So if we click on that, you'll see a representation of the same information, but this document is filled out automatically. And any changes that we do to our scoring is automatically reflected up here on this public page. So again, this could be shown or linked to on our website however we want. And anytime a scoring change is made, it just self-updates. Nothing has to happen on the website. The scorer doesn't have to do anything fancy. It's going to automatically update. So to see how this works, this page that you see here is a direct copy of a scoring page shown up here in our second document, the Tuesday Summer Series. So I'm going to click on that and take us to that document. All right, so here we are in the Tuesday Summer Series. Again, this is all the 2018 data, and we have the same thing. Any changes that appear on this page, excuse me, are automatically shown on the public page. If we look on the bottom here, we have our overall summary, and then there's a tab for each race. So I'm going to click on race number 1. So here on race 1, we have the ability to put in our information, what event and series it is, what the date, race number, PRO, some course information, and then for the automation to begin, we need to have our start times, and here they are listed for our 4 fleets. And we're just sort of assuming in this model that all 4 fleets are racing at the same time, even though they are not. And now here, we have the actual finish order from our first Tuesday night Summer Series race last year. And what's neat about this system is that it is automated. So anytime you enter a boat number, a sail number here, in this column, it's going to automatically timestamp here and give us our finish time. The document then automatically identifies what fleet the boat is in, as shown here in this column, pulls the start time shown here. Again, this information comes from up here on the top right. Using the finish time and then the fleet-specific start time, it generates an elapsed time. And then you see here a column called TCF. This is the number that's used based on a perf boat's perf handicap to generate our corrected time. So again, it's going in, identifying the boat number, its fleet, and identified, in this case, that red line, 32, the Flying Tiger, is a perf boat, and this is its TCF number. So it's taken this elapsed time and generated a corrected time right here. And then it gives us the fact that in this case, red line finished 4th out of the perf boats. This list here is all automatically generated. So again, this is the actual finish order that we saw on that night, though the times are changed here because this is when I was playing with the document. So we can see this live. We're going to click here in a second and score race 8. If I come back here to the Tuesday Night Summer Series, here in the J70s, you'll see that we have no scores, just all 11s, which currently shows our did not compete score, which will eventually show 0 if the race has not been completed. That is still in development. But here we go to race 8. I'm going to click on race 8, Here we go. I have today's date with some mock start times in, and we're going to go ahead and score. So all I have to do to score is enter the boat number as it crosses the finish line. So here we go. First boat is 548. They cross the line. I hit enter. And you're going to see here in this column, it's given us our finish time. It's identified that this boat is a J70. Based on our start time on the top, it knows that J70 started at 2:05, giving us an elapsed time of 59 minutes and 40 seconds. Our TCF number is 1 because it's one design. We're not correcting. Here's 548's corrected time, and it's identified that so far it is the first place finisher of the J70s. Of all the J70s scored, it has the lowest time. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to enter our second finisher here. All right, and you're going to see the same thing. It's going to generate all the math, do all the scoring for us. And what's happening in the background, if we come over here to our totals, is you'll see now that our finishers actually have results here on this main page. Again, this is in the scorer document. This is in the background. But if I come back to the top and I click on our public page, we see the same information here displayed on the public page. So again, as I'm scoring races, or anybody else's, it's going to end up on the main page. So we're going to come back here to our Tuesday Night Summer Series, go back to our race 8. We're going to finish entering our finishes for the rest of the J70s that raced that night. And again, you'll watch all the columns automatically fill out. Again, we're identifying the finish time, we're identifying the fleet, we're identifying the start time based on the fleet, we're identifying our elapsed time, and we're getting our finish. And again, this finish number here is its finish in its relative fleet. So to show the difference, I'm going to go ahead and enter a Larian 28 sail number. We'll use Moonbeam here, number 32, and we're going to see this do it differently. So again, here we have our finish time, but our fleet has been identified as a Larian 28. We have a different start time. Here's our elapsed time with a significant difference because they theoretically, in this case, started 5 minutes earlier. And again, our Larians are one design, so no correction. Our corrected time remains the same as the elapsed time. And so far, Moonbeam, number 32, is the first Larian 28. If I were to enter another Larian 28, we'll see the same thing. Fills everything out, and now it has identified it. Again, 32 is considered first. 57 here is second. If I enter a finish time for one of our perf boats, we'll see the system work again for perf. So here we have our finish time for Red Line, the Flying Tiger 10 meter, identified as a perf boat with a start time, in this case, of 2:15 p.m. Here's our elapsed time, 52 minutes and 27 seconds. And here we see our first TCF number. Again, this is based on our perf rating, and the system is doing all the math required to give us this corrected time of 59 minutes 42 seconds. And currently, of all the perf boats finished, it's first. And again, if we come back here to our total, we see this information entered here in the J70s. We have all finishes live for the J70s in race 8, and that is reflected here on our public page. So again, everything is happening in the background, and the program is doing all of the math automatically. To see where this comes from, and to see some of the other information we need to score, we can go to our last document here, which is called the score page right now. So here we have our registered boats and the information that we need. This is very simple at the moment, but it includes a sail number, boat name, owner, the class, perf rating if necessary, and then we're generating a TCF number. I have the potential series listed here to the right because I would imagine our registration system would kick off results for who registered for what. And we can put lots of other things in this document as well to streamline some of the things we want to do this summer with protests and improved communication with our sailors. I would want to be able to have contact information on this page for owners as well as the people who routinely sail on the boat. And we could build into this document the ability to instantly communicate with fleets or all of our sailors. So protest times, race updates, anything like that could be sent out automatically. So You'll see this is just our first tab here on this page. The second tab here is just a mock-up of a potential paper score sheet that we could print off if we want to have a paper backup and be able to do things by hand. And then the last one here is a perf worksheet. So this was the testing I went through to show that the Google Sheet could do all of the perf handicapping correctly. So we have 4 different perf boats with 4 different perf ratings, and then we're going to go through and compare what I was able to generate here on Google Sheets to that of yacht scoring. So the first thing we have to generate for each boat is this TCF number, and so you'll see here a TCF from myself in the Google Sheet compared to the TCF that yacht scoring generated. Using those numbers, we take an elapsed time and get a corrected time here using Google Sheets data, and we compare it to our corrected time here from yacht scoring, and they're the same. We can take that even further and do some speed data, and we get actual speeds and corrected speeds, again using Google Sheets over here in these 2 columns versus the data over here in these 2 columns from yacht scoring. And we're getting all the same numbers, showing us that the Google Sheet is able to do anything that we want. Again, this is all in the background. We don't see it. Here's where we score in the background, all automatically updating and being copied automatically over to our public page here for our series data. And again, this can look however we want and be displayed however we want on our website. This was just version 1, show it how it can be displayed. And again, this is our automatic page. All the changes we made, scoring race 8 here for the J70s, is shown right there. The throwouts have updated as necessary, the scores have updated as necessary, and we're off. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer them as best I can. Thank you.